Liverpool's defence is in a mess at the moment. You've seen the Van Dijk memes. 3 straight defeats to Chelsea, Galatasaray and Crystal Palace, who by the way still haven't stopped updating their bio. Or have they? Let me know in the comments if they have. The truth is, while Liverpool built a terrifying new attack, they left the defence dangerously exposed. And it could have all been fixed, at least to some extent, if Palace hadn't pulled the plug on Marc Guéhi at the very last minute. And now, top clubs in Europe are now interested in the defender, presenting a bigger problem for Liverpool. Many fans thought Palace called off the deal because they weren't able to get a replacement. Yes, but that's half the story. The other half? Let's just say it involves Oliver Glasner looking Steve Parish dead in the eye and making a threat the club couldn't ignore. We'll reveal all of that shortly, and exactly how Liverpool can beat the likes of Bayern, Barca and Madrid to bring Marc Guehi to Anfield. Hey everyone, welcome. You can probably tell we're not one of the massive channels yet. We're still battling to get our voice heard in the football landscape, and that's where you come in. If you want to support what we do, please do us a massive favour. Like the video, leave a quick comment and subscribe. It's the only way YouTube lets us cut through the noise and get more fans. Your support is everything, so thank you. Now, let's talk football. When you look at Liverpool's defence right now, it's not just bad form, it's more of a full-blown headache. Ibrahima Konaté's future is uncertain, Virgil van Dijk's entering the twilight of his career, and the current injury list has made defensive cover paper thin. So, naturally, everyone's eyes are on Marc Guehi, and for good reason. The Crystal Palace defender looks like the perfect answer to Arne Slot's defensive problems. But the race just got tougher, because Liverpool aren't the only ones interested at the moment. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid and Barcelona are all rumoured to be in for the talented English defender. But before we even talk about who wins this race, you need to know why every top club suddenly wants Marc Guehi. So, at 25 years old, Guehi is the Crystal Palace captain and a regular in England's defence. He joined Palace in 2021 from Chelsea and rapidly established himself. A few months ago, he led Palace to a moment no fans saw coming, their first major trophy, the 2025 FA Cup, by beating Manchester City 1-0 in the final. He also led them to victory in the 2025 Community Shield against none other than Liverpool. He's a proven winner, a leader, and a homegrown talent who knows the Premier League inside out. He's also been a true professional throughout this entire transfer saga. No drama, no strike, no refusing to play. Even The Guardian pointed out that, in a stark comparison to Alexander Isak, the former Chelsea player acted correctly during all the transfer speculation by continuing to play for Palace. And England boss Thomas Tuchel summed it up perfectly, saying, "Guehi handles it with respect and grace, and a brilliant attitude." That's the kind of mentality that makes top clubs want to pay good money. But here's where it gets urgent. Guehi is entering his final year of his contract, which expires in summer 2026. That means from January, top clubs currently circling, Liverpool, Bayern, Barca and Real Madrid, can swoop in and sign him directly. And that's where things get really interesting. Because if there's one club that can't afford to wait, it's Liverpool. The warning signs are flashing all over Anfield. Aging legs, shaky partnerships, and a defence that looks one injury away from a crisis. But here's the crazy part. There's one tiny, specific tactical flaw in Liverpool's setup right now, and it's been hiding in plain sight. Opponents have spotted it, and they've been exploiting it. But the thing is, Guehi could fix it almost overnight. Don't go anywhere, because in a few seconds we're putting that flaw up on the screen and breaking down exactly why Guehi might be the key to locking Liverpool's defence again. First off, Konaté's injured again, Giovanni Leone's out long-term with an ACL, and that leaves Van Dijk carrying way too much load at the back. You can almost feel how thin the depth's getting, and that's exactly where Marc Guehi steps in. A captain at Palace, calm on the ball, reads danger before it even happens. The type of defender that doesn't just tackle, he anticipates. When Palace sit deep, he's there blocking crosses. When they push up high, he's got the pace to recover and cover ground like a fullback. And let's not forget, the guy's composure in big games is elite. Remember the Community Shield clash against Liverpool? He barely put a foot wrong. Leadership, presence, composure, that's what he brings. But here's the twist, he's not just a destroyer. He's one of those rare centre-backs who can actually play. Carries the ball out, starts attacks, threads progressive passes through lines. Basically the kind of defender Arne Slot's system was built for. But here's where things get real messy, because while Liverpool are zeroing in on Guehi, so are Bayern Munich, Barca and Real Madrid. And they're not just lurking, they're actually already moving. Reports from Sky Sports and Sports Illustrated say that all three clubs are preparing to make their move once the window opens. And with Guehi entering his final year of his contract, they've got the advantage. These clubs can open pre-contract talks by January, meaning they could sign him for free next summer. And Bayern, they're reportedly making him a priority target for 2026. According to Bavarian Football Works, the Bavarians see him as a long-term replacement for either Upamecano or Kim Min-jae, and they love his calmness in aerial dominance. Barcelona's scouting team are watching too. The same report notes that they see Guehi as a perfect partner for Jules Koundé. And Real Madrid aren't just interested, they need to be. With Alaba's body letting them down and Rudiger's contract winding down, Los Blancos are staring down a defensive crisis of their own. Imagine losing those two without a proper replacement. That's exactly the leverage Guehi has. Liverpool not only has to race against other clubs, they're racing against the vacancy that Madrid must fill. So yeah, Liverpool aren't just fighting one rival, they're fighting a triangle of super clubs that can all afford to wait and still win. But here's the thing, Liverpool still have one last card to play. There's actually a game plan that could flip this whole transfer race on its head. Stay with me, let's see exactly how Liverpool can still win this. First off, Liverpool can't wait till summer. The smarter play is to go early, maybe even this January. Last summer, Team Talk and David Ornstein reported the Reds went with a £35 million bid before the window shut. If they revive that now, Palace are under pressure, either sell or risk losing him for free. Is the kind of bold move that could take Bayern and Madrid out before they even get started. Guehi isn't a player chasing luxury or hype, he wants a project that fits him. He stayed classy through all the noise, no drama, no forced exit. That's exactly the type of mentality Liverpool's rebuild needs. So the pitch has to be personal. You're not just joining Liverpool, you're becoming our next defensive leader. I mean, give the man a vision, not just a wage. Now, Real Madrid might look scary in this race, but their defence isn't built for the future. Both Alaba and Rudiger are in their 30s and have had recurring injuries. So if Liverpool act fast, they can slide in while Madrid are still figuring out who replaces them. On the other side, Bayern and Barca can offer glamour, but Liverpool can offer belonging. Guehi fits the blueprint from day one. But what if after all said and done the deal falls through again? Who do you think will be the perfect alternative? Let me know in the comments. And speaking of that collapsed deal, let's just say, what happened behind the scenes wasn't as straightforward as it looked. Because depending on who you ask, the story takes two very different turns. According to TalkSport and The Guardian, Palace had actually accepted a £35 million offer for Guehi. The medical was reportedly done and everything looked set until Oliver Glasner stepped in. Some reports claim the Palace boss warned chairman Steve Parish that selling Guehi without replacements would be a massive risk, and even went as far as threatening to resign if the sale went through. But here's where it gets tricky. Glasner himself told ESPN he never made any threats. His words, "I never threatened to leave the club, never. I didn't have to threaten anybody." So what's the truth? We honestly don't know, but what we do know is this. Right after those tense conversations, the deal collapsed, and Guehi stayed at Palace. Liverpool had him right there, and somehow they let it slip. But that wasn't the first time that's happened, because just months ago they made another call that's haunting them right now, selling Luis Diaz. And the wild part, Bayern Munich might have just unlocked a version of Diaz that Liverpool fans never got to see. We broke that whole thing down, the story, the regret, the lesson. Go watch that video next, it's right there on your screen. And hey, before you click away, we're still a small channel like I mentioned earlier. No fancy studio, no big sponsors, just passion for the game. So if you felt this video, do us a massive favour, like it, drop a quick comment and hit subscribe if you haven't already. It's free for you, but it means everything to us. Catch you on the next one.